What did you think of the entire NBC broadcast experience tonight?
I thought it was awesome. They kind of like kept it true to the spirit of basketball, like light on fluff, heavy on like the pomp and circumstance of the actual game, right? Like we're going to show the national anthem. We're going to show the player introductions. Like we're getting ready to do opening tip instead of like doing some sort of quick interview or sideline report or like some sort of just random diatribe from the broadcast crew. We just got to like soak it all in, right? Like it just got to they go radio silence and we just get to listen to the whole thing. I thought the broadcast crew was great. I thought the Michael Jordan halftime thing was just like kind of funny. You could
Yeah,
tell
that was
like I'm not the first one to this joke, but you could just tell that they literally like sat down with Michael Jordan for an hour and they're just going to cut it up into little clips throughout the season. So it's super efficient on that run, I guess. But like it just felt nostalgic and it felt like NBA hoops. And I just 10 out of 10, no notes. What were your thoughts, Jackson?
Yeah, I thought the pregame did a really good job of sort of, and a lot of people made this point online, much more celebratory of the game than some of the other broadcast partners like ESPN and TNT that have been pointed out, previously. And which is, I like those broadcasts too, to be honest. But like, I thought they was
Mhm.
really celebratory tonight. I think Maria Taylor is just consistently great at pretty much everything she does. She was awesome tonight. I have thought Tracy McGrady's kind of hit or miss sometimes. I thought he was really good in the pregame. I love Jamal Crawford on the game. He was great on the game. It was, even though Reggie Miller is kind of a polarizing guy, and I think he's gotten better than he used to be. It did feel, I like that he was on this specifically the first game of the night because it felt it was a little bit of familiarity. Everything was new. Every other part of the broadcast was new, but he was something that we're used to hearing, and I thought that was actually valuable.
That's a great point. Yeah, like there's something about hearing Reggie Miller, even if it does come with the occasion. Like there was a stretch
Yeah,
where Oklahoma City was doubling Şengün post ups,
right.
and he's like, Şengün's letting him off the hook. He needs to put him in the blender. And I'm like, he's
Yeah,
literally getting double teamed, and he's
right.
making great passes out to. He's making the right read every single time. I don't know what you want him to do, but like, yeah, there's something there. Speaking of nostalgia, there's something nostalgic about watching a big NBA game and having Reggie Miller in the background saying Reggie Miller things. But
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. And it was a really good pairing with Jamal Crawford, who is consistently just giving smart insight the entire time. It's like a fun
Yeah.
little two players, but very different styles, contrast. I thought that broadcast team specifically was really good. The second one was okay. I think Grant Hill is okay on the
Yeah.
broadcast. Noah Eagle sounds exactly like his dad, though. It's great.
Yeah, he does. It's kind of creepy, but he's great at it. He understands the assignment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. We'll do a couple of Rockets questions or a couple questions from that game and a couple of questions from the late game, and then we'll get out of here. First question is about Reed Sheppard. What did you think of his performance tonight? And do you think he can be maybe not the whole answer, but at least part of the answer for the Rockets and their ball handling situation?
So I feel like Reed did some good tonight. I thought
Mhm,
he made some good decisions coming off of action.
mhm.
There was a certain amount of like with KD being denied the basketball, they kind of needed someone to confidently step into some shots. And like, yeah, he didn't shoot the ball efficiently, but he got to the foul line a couple times and he hit that one little tough kind of jumper along the right baseline, like in the second half. Like he kind of manufactured some points. I thought that I was more impressed with him defensively in preseason than I was in tonight's game. I thought he looked physically overwhelmed at the point of attack a few times. He gave up like 5 or 6 pretty bad straight line drives. I have a hard time with Reed because I texted Sam Vecini the other day because I was like, hey man, like I just don't see it with Reed. Like what's going on? Like
Yeah.
I see a guy that can guard a little bit, who like competes and flies around in rotation and can make plays. I see a guy who can shoot, but I don't see like this dynamic on ball player. And Sam was like, trust me, he's like, he can really shoot. So like wait till he figures that out. That'll be fine. And he can do better defensively than he's shown. And I trust Sam. Like Sam scouted Reed to a much greater extent than I did when he was a younger player. But I will admit that like I don't see the same like crazy upside that a lot of some of the NBA hipsters talk about with Reed Sheppard. And I just like, and I'm not just, I like literally out there in the entire world, there's a ton of Reed Sheppard buzz. It's like kind of all you can see. is everyone's like Reed Sheppard this, Reed Sheppard that, and like he certainly has potential, but I haven't really seen that bear out at the NBA level yet. I don't look at him as a solution to their ball handling problems, but I've been wrong before, so not gonna brag.
I thought the ball handling and the defense were pretty underwhelming. It does seem like he can be a pretty lights out shooter, and I thought he was good coming off of action. He was not able to solve the Thunder ball pressure. I'll say that. And they're the best ball pressure team in the league, so it's not like we should write him off because of that. But he did not have the chops for it tonight.
It's a hell of a first test for Houston's offense.
For sure. Like it's he gets thrown to like the worst situation possible.
And they almost won.
Next question. Do you feel like OKC struggling today was sort of a championship hangover ring night situation, or do you feel like the lack of J-Dub is going to be sort of an issue for them until he comes back?
I think that the book is out on how to guard Oklahoma City in general from the postseason, which is throw a bunch of zone at them. And like, here's the thing with the zone, like, because like there's this idea that like, oh, well, they got great looks, they're just going to go in. One of the things that happens with zone is it changes the rhythm of the game. And it just feels like very different basketball than what you're accustomed to playing. Now, this could go the other direction. If you zone Oklahoma City too much, these guys are just going to get good at it. And then it's going to become a problem. And for the record, they had some success against the zone in the postseason as the series went longer. But in general, I think we're going to see a lot of double teaming and blitzing of Shea, a lot of packing the paint on his drives, a lot of zone, and a lot of just daring everybody else to beat them while J-Dub's out. And I mean, I'd argue that's how teams are going to guard him even when J-Dub is there, right? Now, like, I thought in the first half, Houston actually did a really nice job pressuring them, and most of their looks were pretty rushed and contested. In the second half, I thought they missed some really good looks, and that's where you can't really fault the process. Like, it's kind of like those above the break threes off the wing, and Chet and Kason both missed some of those too, in addition to making them. But like, you kind of have to take them. Like, if you're not taking them, then you're basically asking Shea to just rescue you with shot making the entire game, and that's too much to ask. At a certain point, the defensive coverage is designed to concede that shot, and you have to take it. And you've got the players who can make them, and to their credit, they hit the ones they needed late.
Last question on this game. Thoughts on the missed timeout call?
KD got away with one. I mean, it was pretty clear. I mean, it was one of those things where, like, as a basketball fan, you have to be happy they didn't call it, because what a lame ass way to end that game if they end that with KD getting a technical for the timeout. So, like, I wasn't complaining as a fan, but watching the game, I was like, yeah, KD got away with one right there.
And you know, the basketball gods shined down and gave OKC a 1-point win.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. On a foul.
On a
there
foul.
you go.
On a foul. Exactly.